What if I told you there is an all-natural, sustainable, and free garden fertilizer in your house right now? Well, maybe not right now, but after a couple of glasses of water there will be. I'm talking that golden shower, people. Number one, tinkle, wee-wee, whatever you call it, it's more than just waste. So the next time it's time to empty the old bladder, maybe consider saving some for the plants. First, let me address some possible concerns. Is urine chemically safe to use as a fertilizer? Yes. According to practical guidance on the use of urine in crop production, urine is a well-balanced, nitrogen-rich, quick-acting liquid fertilizer. The nutrient content in urine depends on the diet. If the nitrogen content in urine is not known, then as a rule of thumb, a concentration of 3 to 7 grams of nitrogen per liter of urine can be expected. Phosphorus in urine is excreted in a plant-available form, making urine an efficient phosphorus fertilizer as well. Does urine contain pathogens? No, not ones that you need to be worried about getting in your plants. The director of clinical microbiology and immunology at New York University Medical Center, Dr. Philip Tierno, when interviewed by the Washington Post, expressed that there's little risk of contamination by pathogens in urine. Because they would be in competition with microorganisms found in the soil, it would probably lose the battle. So why use urine for fertilizer anyway? A study out of Finland has found that plants fertilized with urine performed 4 times as well as non-fertilized plants, and just as well as plants given commercial mineral fertilizer.
Look at this. This is Miracle Grow here. So you can see they look pretty good. And this is, things were kind of yellow when we put them in, but now the new growth is starting to green up and look good. This bed over here is fed with urine. And you can see, look at the new growth, greening up here just like it did with the Miracle Grow in the other beds.
Urine plus wood ash collected from a wood stove produced as well, yet with the added benefit of reducing the acidity of the soil. The wood ash also adds extra potassium, which encourages more fruit. The study shows that urine can be used as a substitute for chemical fertilizers without posing any microbial or chemical risks. The urine-fertilized plants had a surprising increase in protein content, 35 to 37% higher protein compared to mineral and ash fertilized. And more good news was that the study's panel of 20 taste testers found no taste difference between mineral or urine-fertilized tomatoes. Similar performance results have been found with cabbage, celery, corn, cucumber, eggplant, leafy greens, onions, radishes, spinach, citrus, melons, barley, and wheat. Urine is an excellent source of nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, and trace elements, all the right elements that are necessary in large quantities for plant growth. 1 liter of urine contains 11 grams of nitrogen, 1 gram of phosphorus, and 2 grams of potassium. Nitrogen promotes leafy growth, phosphorus promotes root development and seed germination, and phosphorus and potassium promote fruit and flower development. Urine from a healthy person is sterile, free of bacteria and viruses, as long as it is uncontaminated by feces. Side note, only diseases of the urinary tract contaminate urine, so those with a UTI should not use the urine for fertilizer. Also, those taking antibiotics or meds should abstain, and those who consume a lot of salt should consider reducing their salt intake. A family of 4 creates enough urine to fertilize 1/3 of an acre year-round. After you collect your urine, store it in an airtight container, otherwise it will smell, lose its nitrogen, and become ammonia. As a general rule for home garden use, dilute fresh urine with water 3 or 4 parts to 1, mixing only as much as you will use that day. Dilute 10 to 1 for very young or delicate plants. It is recommended that you use this as an occasional fertilizer, not more than twice a week and not every time you water. The plants must have regular water as well. If plants start to yellow, decrease urine and increase water. Corn is an exception and likes to be urine fertilized 3 times a week. Apply the urine into the soil around the plant's roots. Watering after application helps drive in the nutrients and is recommended. Start applying urine fertilizer when plants are 2 weeks old. Stop fertilizing 2 weeks before harvest, as mature plants do not need the extra nutrients. Use a gallon per 10 square feet of garden, 1 quart urine, 4 quarts water. Undiluted urine that sits around for more than a few days where the nitrogen has decomposed into ammonia can be thrown on the compost pile, as ammonia will hasten your compost breakdown. Urine that turns into ammonia will be more alkaline, but adding a touch of vinegar will slow the nitrogen off-gassing. Straight urine will nitrogen burn plants and can be used to kill weeds. That's some magical golden stuff. So why is fertilizing with urine sustainable?
There's a great quote by Buckminster Fuller. about how pollution is nothing but the resources that we're not harvesting, and that we allow them to disperse because we've been ignorant to their value.
Well, your toilet uses 2+ gallons of water to down like half a cup of pee, and nitrogen and phosphorus are excellent for plants but very harmful to our waterways. There's no need to transport fertilizer via carbon-creating vehicles to your garden. Our great-grandparents and their great-grandparents did this. It's a renewable resource. This is much healthier than using sewer sludge as fertilizer, which most of us have already consumed. Urine keeps fungus and bacteria at bay. Finally, a lot of natural gas is used in the production of synthetic urea, and their runoff into our waterways creates oxygen-less dead zones.
We've just been trained to feel shame about what comes out of our body. We don't want to talk about it, we don't want to think about it, and we need to do both. We need to think about it and talk about it.
Maybe it's time to put that golden elixir to use. Let us know if you've given this a try and how it went for you. See you next time on Insteading.